Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast. Once again, thank you to my return visitors, my subscribers. I so appreciate you. It gives me the opportunities to bring you great guests like this beautiful lady I have today. It is always a great honor to welcome Her Highness, the Metal Queen, Doro Pesch, to the show. So many
Oh,
metal fans introduced to Doro when she started her band Warlock and gave us songs like Burning the Witches and great metal anthems like All We Are, one of the greatest of all time. Doro would go on to give us more classic music under the band name Doro and has played around 3,000 shows, from what I understand, in her career.
yeah,
Crazy.
even more. Yeah,
It's
I think
just
much more now. Yeah.
wow. Doro set to release more music for us. We are so thankful. Warriors of the Sea is the new record. It's on Doro's very own Rare Diamonds label. It comes out on October 24th, and she's here to tell us all about it. Doros,
Yes.
welcome. Thank you so much.
Hi, thank you very much for having me on your show. It was so great to see you at our show in St. Charles in Chicago. Uh,
It,
and
it
now we're
was
talking, and yeah.
it was a dream come true for me. I had never met you in person. We've done this before, and it's great. But seeing you in the flesh, being able to give you a big hug and tell you how much we love you, it's just and seeing you perform and interact with fans. That's the thing. We know Doro loves fans. And
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody love the fans quite like you do. You fill that room with happiness, and it's incredible to watch. It really is.
Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, man, we had so much fun, and yeah, it's the same. I love the fans. I'm dedicated to the fans and to metal, and I want to do it for the rest of my life as long as I can do it. And yeah, playing live, it's always the ultimate. And yeah, and I think yeah, I wanted to become a singer, become a musician when I was 3 years old. And then I had my first band when I was 15, 16. I was Snakebite and Beast
Yeah.
and Warlock. And I was right time, right place. And yeah, and then we went on tour with like, yeah, my favorite band, Judas Priest. And then with
Yes.
Ronnie James Dio and Metallica, we played together, and Motorhead, Saxon, all these great bands. I love them. I still love them all,
Yep.
and yeah, and I would have never thought that it would last so many years. Now
Yeah.
it's like wow,
It, it's
that's
it's so great to have you here this long and still still vital to the metal community. I mean, I watched the show and you sound the same. You're active on the stage. You look wonderful. It's just, it's amazing what you're doing all these years later. It's just great.
thank you. Yeah, it's all because of the fans. When I feel, they're in good spirits, then, I can jump higher, sing 10 times louder. It's like when you feel the feedback, when it goes like vice versa, it's like,
Yeah.
that's like, it's
Yep.
definitely, it's not like a normal happiness. It's like, you're in a different state of like, I don't know what kind of state that is, but it's the best. And I think in all these many years, and I did, yeah, like I think now almost 3,500 shows, there was never any like any turmoil. There was no fight, nothing. It was always like, people were like totally into metal.
It is a great
Being
community.
there strangers, and then going home as best friends. That's like
Yeah,
so cool.
man, that is just so great. You mentioned Snakebite. All those years ago, do you have any recordings of that early stuff?
Yes,
You
yes, because
do.
yes, there are many bootleggers out there, and it's like, yeah, it's, well, on one hand it's not good to bootleg, but on the other hand,
Right.
they give me the old recordings, the old tapes, and it's so awesome. And I have all our demos. I have some live recordings. I have the
Wow.
live recordings of Beast and our first Warlock demos and first Warlock shows.
Oh,
And yeah, and sometimes I got him on cassettes too, and then I,
wow.
try to find a place where they can, digital digitalize it. And
Right.
so I love that stuff. And yeah, and all the bootleggers, we're actually, yeah, man, we're great friends because,
Yeah.
yeah, different times. And it's so nice to see something of the 80s, like, way back when it was a different
Yeah.
feel. It was really good. I think we didn't have so many problems. It was like,
Right.
it was easier, you
Yeah.
know, you felt more free, and so it's sometimes good to get these tapes or get the videos. The
Right.
quality is sometimes not great, but it's like very, very charming when it's like black and white and when you feel the tape
Yeah.
breaks at any moment. But I,
Right.
I love it. I collect all that stuff, and then I give it to the fans, and we have either our fan club or we have Patreon, which became very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, since there are not so many record stores anymore, or you don't sell so many records anymore like in the 80s or 90s. So Patreon, that's very important. And so I give it all to our patrons, like all the good 80s stuff, and that's usually
That's
what they
cool.
love the most. New stuff is good, but old stuff, that's what what
Oh
everybody
yeah.
wants to see.
As a fan, that's you try and get every possible note that's out there that is somewhat available. You try to
Yeah.
get it as a fan. I know that for sure. And there'll be a link to the Patreon below, and all of those things that you have to offer is so great. And for this record, I look at the vinyl for this record.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is, do you have a copy of it there? You
I
have to
I
see it
got
to believe it.
I got it today. I drove all night last night to get
Okay,
it. It's like, I opened it just an hour ago, and
awesome.
that's the picture. Like that's the cover.
Yeah,
You know, that's painted by Jeffrey Gillespie, and then my graphic artist did something. That's with the ghost shit, and
beautiful.
that's the picture disc.
Look at that. That
Nice.
is beautiful.
And that's the
And
bag. And it has the old logo of the, of
wow,
Force Majeure. That was in 89. And yeah, and
awesome.
that's the picture disc. And this one is the liquid filled vinyl. And it's really
That's
special. It's handmade. So there are 1,500 copies out there, but it's handmade. That's the reason why it's a little bit more expensive, but it's
yeah.
special.
But look at it. Look at this.
And it's filled with Blue Curaçao.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
Blue Curaçao
yes, yes,
inside of a record. Now, the
yes,
Blue Curaçao, the liqueur, inside of the record.
yes, yes,
And it represents like a sea. It gives you that whole mood and theme of the record. That's
yes.
incredible, Doro. That is just incredible.
It's special. And yeah,
Wow.
because we did two cruises, the Metal Queen metal cruise. I did many, many, many cruises before.
Yeah.
10,000 tons of metal was the first cruise, and then the Monsters of Rock cruises, the
Yep.
Megadeth cruise, the Full Metal cruise. And then I thought I would love to do my own cruise and play like 3 hours just for the fans, like all these deep cuts stuff, what we would never play, on a festival, because usually you have 1 hour. I
Right.
always play the highlights or the classics. And yeah, and then we did one cruise and it was immediately sold out. And then we did the second cruise, and I thought I want to write a song for this cruise. And actually, this idea just came out: Warriors of the Sea, the melody, the chorus. And I went to the bass player Stefan. We have two bass players. One time it's Nick, and the other one is Stefan.
Okay.
And working with him in the studio pretty good. The last album, it's called Conquerors. We did Children of the Dawn, like a nice song, I think, and I Will Prevail, really heavy, like really hardcore. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I went to him. I said, I have this idea. I sang it on my cell phone, and he said, "Ooh, I like it. Let's do it." Yeah, and then we did a video for the song. Check it out. I think it came up
It's
pretty good.
so
And then
cool.
yeah,
It,
it's cool. Yeah.
it's
And then I
really
wanted to do a record. Like at first, the idea was a single, picture the single. Then somebody said, "How about the 12-inch? How about the whole album?" So
yeah.
It's a whole album. It's like
Wow.
there are rare tracks on it, and the B-side is always it's live tracks from the last tour, and
Yeah.
there's Children of the Dawn and Fire in the Sky and all that good stuff. Raise Your Fist in the Air,
Yes.
and on the first side it's Warriors of the Sea and a nice cover version of AC/DC's Touch Too Much. I think that came
Yeah. I wanted to
nice.
I wanted to ask you about that. Did you know, and that's such a great song, and you do such a great job with it. And huge AC/DC fan I am.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know, I got to thinking, what else did you have? Did you do any other AC/DC songs like in the studio? Did you throw any other ideas around?
No, I sang Highway to Hell many times live
Right.
because that's sometimes, a song like the last song in the set, and then everybody is like, singing along.
Yeah.
But we never recorded it for real. But Touch Too Much was actually the first AC/DC song I've ever done. And it
Wow.
was originally for a tattoo convention. And
Okay.
yeah,
Like like Tattooed Angels.
yes,
Yeah.
Tattooed Angels and Touch Much. That's the reason why I think nobody knows it. It was just for this convention. There was a
Ah,
little compilation. The convention was called Wild Style, and I played there many, many times. And then,
yeah.
yeah, and now, I said, well, I would like to, to have it for the special album because, many more people should listen to it or should have the chance to listen to it. So that's the reason.
Absolutely. It's so great and it feels supercharged.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
really, really great. The band's great too.
Yeah, and the whole theme of this cruise was like a ghost ship. There was like ghost ship pirates. We all dressed up like little pirates, and in
That's
fact,
cool.
there were like some of the girls. They did their own they did actually the whole pirate costume. It looked like a not a Halloween party, but a pirate party, and
Right.
and with some really talented fans, like like sewing all that stuff and all.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. We want to do it again next year, the 6th of June. That will be the third cruise then in
Yeah.
Germany on the Rhine River. And then maybe we want to take it to America as well. And,
Yes.
I would love that.
That would be
That's
cool.
really
Oh, I would
special.
too.
Yeah, oh, good. And yeah, we will work on it. Yes, yes.
Great, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful piano ballad on the record called Seaweed.
Yeah,
Uh,
yes. That means
just
she's, yeah.
Song of the Sea is how I kind of seen it translated.
Yes.
Beautiful lyrics, sang in German. Um, Tell me about that song. It's just it's might be my favorite on the record. It's just
Really, really. Oh my God,
spellbound when I listen to it.
God, you move me to tears because I was, sometimes when I do something all by myself, it's like, you never know if people would like it because
Oh,
it's so real, it's so innocent, and
yeah.
I wrote it on my piano. I had one time. I had it's in America. I gave it to the studio guy because I couldn't keep it anymore. But it was a real nice Steinway piano, and it had the most magical sound. It was so awesome, and we wrote Beyond the Trees on it as well. So I don't know if you remember, it was on the
Mhm.
first Her album.
Yeah.
That album
Yes.
that just went gold. Actually, by the way, the record company called me it's gold
Yeah.
after so many years. So I wrote it on this piano, and it was very haunting. But I never, felt it's like for a real normal record because maybe people would think it's like too strange.
Yeah.
But on
Oh.
this record, it fits perfect. And I did one time a record. It was only with German songs. It was called Für immer,
Mhm.
and I translated some English songs into German, and I did a cover version of David Bowie's Heroes that was called Helden. Yeah, and Seelied was on there too. And then people say, "Oh, I love it! I love it!" It's like, yeah,
It
but yeah, it fits this album perfect.
It does. It
And
does.
I did it live for the first time on the cruises. That was
Okay,
actually
I've seen a recording
you
of you
did?
doing it live, and it's just everybody is spellbound. They're just everybody's frozen. It's just gripping. It's so great.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. Because it's just you and a piano. And we don't always get that. We get the
Oh,
great band behind it, and we always get that
yeah,
power. But
yeah,
this is just so, like you said, innocent and so
yeah,
tender and
yeah.
beautiful, and it's all you, and that is so great to hear. Is really, really something. This that
Yeah, that's sometimes why I guess other musicians or singers they can probably relate when you do something by yourself, man. It's so sometimes you don't know if it's totally crazy or stupid or or if
yeah,
people's heart. And yeah, and playing it live, man, that made me so nervous before, but then when I saw people, they were like, their faces were lighting up. That was so nice, and I thought, oh. And then I did it the second cruise as well, and it was actually it was pretty nice. So
yeah.
yeah, I like it as hard as it can get, like totally hardcore,
Hmm.
aggressive, brutal, and I like it super, super soulful and sensitive. So,
Yep.
I like it all. And of course, anthems, that's what I live for as well, anthems. But
Yes.
I like the whole spectrum of
Yeah.
of like, what you feel and what you go through, and the human thing, like it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was, and like I say, I mean, that is so intimate. We feel like we get a moment with you personally, and it's so great. It's really something. Yeah, everybody needs to hear that one for sure.
Oh
Um,
wow, it's
I
got
I love hearing these hidden gems.
yeah, yeah.
Those buried songs that we don't get. Are there more like that that you have somewhere? Maybe we get another record. Another release.
Oh, okay. Oh, Scott, that's an idea. Okay, I will think about it. I have so many nice demos and bootlegs, which and demos of the songs. They're so magical. Like the real normal recording couldn't even come close to like the magic or the feel. So yeah,
Yeah,
so I have some things
that's
if the
great.
diehard want to hear it. Yeah,
Oh
yeah. It's
yeah, yeah, that's
many
great.
more things,
It,
hidden gems. Yes.
Beautiful. When I look at this record, it's got a sea nautical feel to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And do you ever consider writing a concept record?
Oh, actually, ah, Scott. Yeah, I
Yeah.
sometimes I started, and then and then actually I had other great songs, but they didn't fit into the concept. So I thought, it is too limiting. So maybe eventually, but I rather concentrate. Every song is like you know has like its own magic, and
Mhm.
and its own story, its own truth. So I didn't do it yet, but
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be cool. And you've done so many duets, and I look at all of these duets, Udo and Rob Halford and Lemmy and Johan from Amon Amarth, Liv Christine, one of my favorite people in the world. She's just wonderful. So many different voices and different kinds of music too. Is there anyone that you've worked with that you considered maybe doing original more like a full album of songs or forming a band with? Has there been anybody like that?
oh, actually, there was one person like by the way, Lemmy, that was my very first duet ever. There was like and this picture, it shows us in Monsters of Rock Festival 1986, and I was so nervous. I walked towards the stage, and I ran into Lemmy. He said, "Okay, have a good show," and he said, "Are you nervous?" I said, "Oh man, I'm so nervous," and I was shaking. And then he gave me a little kiss on my head, and I saw it on this Motorhead album, No Sleep at All. One time I wanted to listen to Motorhead, I was
Uh,
reading my record collection, and it's in the inner sleeve, and I saw this picture, and I thought, wow. So I cut it out. It was, like years ago, it was 2000. And then I sent it to the management, and I did a nice letter and said, hey, Lemmy, it's me, Doro of Warlock.
uh,
Hopefully, you remember me. And we are now uh, at the same record company that was SPV at the time.
yeah,
That
yeah.
maybe we would do something together. And I never expected that he would get this letter or that he would react or call. And then suddenly the phone rang and it was Lemmy. And he said, yes, I got your letter. Let's do something together. So I flew to LA, and that was the first time that I did a duet with somebody. And actually, Bob Kulick, he was producing it. He was
Yeah,
playing, who's actually in heaven now too. He was super sweet, super nice.
yes,
Yeah, and then the two songs. And then it started. And then the second duet was actually with Udo Dirkschneider. We're great friends
yeah.
for many, many years. I did a song on his album, Dancing with an Angel. And
Mhm.
then I asked him if he wants to sing a duet on Breaking the Law, because we just had it in the making. He said, of course. So a second duet. And now I think I did about 45 duets. And
Yeah.
and it's awesome. And there's one person I wanted to do something, and we were on tour many, many times, but it never got to it anymore. It was Ronnie James Dio. I would
Oh,
have loved to do like many, many songs with Ronnie. And actually, he was talking to journalists about it, that he wanted to do, I think, Magica 2 and Magica 3. There was
yeah.
maybe like planned, and that he wanted to do a duet together, and then when we want to do another tour together, and it didn't happen. So Ronnie James Dio, that would have been the one I would have loved to do, maybe a whole album. But
Yeah.
Abby and Ronnie,
Yeah.
not possible anymore.
Not to
And
be.
actually,
Yeah.
and with Udo Dirkschneider, we always get along really great. We did now
Yeah.
many together, and I was just in Wacken, the big heavy metal festival
Yep.
in Europe, and we did actually Winter Dreams. He re-recorded Balls to the
Right.
Wall. We did a nice video for it as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. No, it
It
was in
is.
Italy in this castle. It was so cold. Oh my! I thought my hands and my feet, they would fall off. It was so hardcore, but it made a good video.
It sure
So
did.
but yeah, with Udo, I think we have a good vibe, and it's like we like each other, and I
Yeah.
was a huge Accept fan. When I had
Right.
my first, second band, Accept was very influential. Like, and
Yeah.
so Udo would be like, that would be possible, because
That,
but
that
we
would
didn't
be
do it yet.
that would be something. That would be really great. Really great. You lost the rights to the Warlock name in the 80s. You formed Doro out of necessity, really. You wanted to be Warlock for as long as possible. But
Yes,
that was a whole lawsuit thing. You get the name back in
yes, 20 years
2011.
later.
Yeah, yeah, crazy, crazy. Um, have you ever considered releasing music under the name Warlock again?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't know if the fans would know what it was. Like, people who
Uh,
are 15, 16, 17 years old, they probably never heard of us. So yeah, I was thinking about it. Actually, sometimes the promoters, festivals, or just gigs, they ask us if we can do the Triumph and Agony album in its all the songs.
Coyote, yeah.
I've been doing that. And I think, yeah, we play Hell's Heroes in Houston, Texas in March. And they want to do, they want to have a Warlock set. So we will definitely play most of the Triumph and Agony songs, and Hellbound and Burning the Witches and all that
Ah,
good stuff. And then
oh,
it's
great.
actually the banner Doro Pesch Warlock. So
Yeah,
yeah, could be possible. And I have to think about it a little bit more. So
yeah.
there are so many things I want to do. I just filmed a movie. It's a Western movie. It was in
Really
America and in Switzerland, and I was this great character. I was Calamity Jane. Like,
nice.
yeah, and I just came back from filming it, and I did two songs for the soundtrack. So there are
Oh,
great things in the making, and
Great, big surprise. Yeah, that
yeah,
because I remember you did what a Nook.
yes, with the
Yeah,
same guy. Yeah, with the
yeah,
same guy. His
Mark
name is Blue
Storaci in
Curaçao.
that as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
yeah,
Right. And yeah, and
and that was in Switzerland, right?
yes, in Switzerland and in Ireland, and now he did
Okay.
it in, I think, in Utah. Like, like, beautiful. And yeah,
Mountains.
it was
Yeah.
half filmed in America and the other half in Switzerland in the mountains and stuff.
Right.
Did
Oh,
my part already, so they're still filming it. And
wow. Do we know the name of the film and when we might see it?
I think the work title is One Lucky Bastard or something.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Uh, so it's in filming now. So
They're
maybe
still
a year,
filming
it might be a
and
year or
it's in
two.
English, which I did three Anuk movies. They were just with English subtitles, but this one is in English, so actually you guys could understand what it's all about.
Right, and it's a Nook is very hard to find.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
a super fan, I've looked everywhere for it and I can't find it. So that'd be nice to have you on film in something that we can actually get. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
really
tell
good.
releasing a record, that's always, it's so stressful, it's not easy. But releasing a movie, oh my god, that's like 10 times more, like, yeah, it's hard. And then to get into
Yeah,
all cinemas there, yeah, it's a different animal. So yeah, yeah,
yeah.
but we try that we can put out all the Anuk movies and this new one, so next year. So that,
Oh,
yeah, lots of exciting stuff. I will let you know as soon as we know more. And
yeah, please do. Yeah, that's great. So awesome. Now I'll let you go. I got just a couple more. The book. We've gone over this and you've talked about it before and you've started to write your autobiography. There's
yeah,
negative parts that brought you down. You didn't want to go there. Uh,
right.
do you ever see it happening any day? Sometime in your life? Is that something that you would want to have out there?
Yeah, Scott, maybe, but man, it's
Yeah.
so brutal. I don't know, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it eventually, but I want to concentrate on more
Yeah.
positive stuff, on writing great songs,
Good for
doing
you.
more records, touring festivals. That's like, good, positive, powerful energy. And yeah, writing a book, if you really want to know the truth, it's like, oh man, it's like it's heavy. So
Yeah.
I yeah, eventually, yeah,
Okay,
maybe.
yeah, because we would love to read your words and your story for sure. We care so much and love you so much out here, so it is
Thank
part of it for sure. You ever see yourself retiring from the road? You got 3,500 shows. You don't see it
yeah,
happening.
no,
That is
no,
good
no.
news.
Next 20 years, if it, yeah, yeah,
I can
yeah,
see it because, man, you are a dynamo on the stage and off the stage, relating with fans and communicating with people and caring about people and
yes.
spreading that magic and that love and that positivity. You fill the world, you fill that room, and then those people take that positivity home with them. You're filling the world with positivity, and we love you for that, Doro. Thank you so
That's
much.
what I live for. I love the fans. I love the music, and I always want to give it my all as long as I can, and as long as people want to see it and hear it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You
yeah.
are a blessing. Thank you. We love you.
Thank
It's
God
always a blessing to have you here too. I
for
can't
having.
wait. I can't wait for the next time. Yeah, maybe for the film.
Yes, for the film, and we want to do some record release parties and baptize the
Yeah.
album in America, in Germany,
Awesome.
all over the world. So yeah, so we'll see where. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
let you know
All
when
right.
we do it, and soon.
That's so great. Doro, thank you so much. Always an honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, and all the best to everybody. And keep on rocking stay metal, and lots of love and
Yes.
metal.
Yes. Lots of love and metal to you too. Thank you so much. I'll see you
Okay.
next time, Doro. Bye
See
bye.
you next time, Scott. Bye bye. Bye. Ciao, guys.